What's going on, everybody? Sean Daniel with Guitar Control here. Today we're learning one of my all-time favorite Tom Petty songs, Wildflowers. Very slept-on song. Those who know. Really easy to play. We're going to put the capo on the 5th fret, and it's going to sound like this. Pretty much the whole song. There is one part that's like a so a little bit of a bridge instrumental type thing. We're going to talk about both of them. Like I said, make sure you get the capo on the 5th fret and click the link below because I'm going to have the chords kind of just charted out so you can follow along with the lyrics. Now, there's a couple different ways to play this. There's multiple guitars on the original recording, but we're going to start with this F chord shape, where it's your pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string, middle finger 2nd fret on the G string, ring finger 3rd fret on the D string, right? Now, optionally, you can have your pinky hold that top string, the high string, 3rd fret relative to the capo. I think that kind of sounds a little more like the original, having your pinky just kind of post up right there. But again, it is kind of optional because one guitar is going like that. But basically, we just have this F chord, pinky on or off, and then we're gonna go to a C chord. You can keep your pinky there. To a G chord, back to a C chord. Okay? So, the real kind of magic in this song is probably the hammer-ons. Okay, so we're going to talk about the strumming pattern and the hammer-ons next, because those chords really don't change, just the order of it a little bit, right? So for talking about the hammer-ons, we're going to take the pinky off, and we're just going to do this regular F major 7 type chord voicing. All right, so your middle finger is responsible for the 2nd fret on the G string. We're going to want to have that open up and come down. So this will be the way that we can practice it, even if it doesn't sound exactly like the song, just like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, so my picking, I'm just going down, 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 up, which we would count it as 1, 2, 3, and 4, and, where the whole numbers are downstrokes, and the word and is an upstroke, right? We could do all the chords like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and C, 2, 3, and 4, and G, 2, 3, and 4, and C, 2, 3, and 4, and. But the trick is doing that. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So you'll notice the and of 2, which I'm not actually strumming, my middle finger is coming down on the and of 2, almost as if it were an upstroke from your strumming hand, right? 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Just try to practice that. Okay, so you want to do it in time. There's a tendency for certain players to maybe rush those hammer-ons. And once you rush that, everything else kind of starts dragging you out of time, so you want to hammer on the and of 2. And again, for the 1, I'm really just kind of going for maybe the root note of that chord. Now for the C chord, we do the exact same thing. Your middle finger is just responsible for hammering on the D string. Okay, so F to C. Again, just isolate that. One other thing that I'm doing here, on the and of 4, I'm leaving the chord to buy my fretting hand time to get to the next chord. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, so I'm opening up those strings. That's why we use a capo, because we can use open chords where the open strings help us out, and we can play those open strings in the transition to the next chord. All right? So that's an exaggerated movement of what we should be doing, but that's pretty much it, right? 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. We could have your pinky, like I said, optionally on the highest string, 3rd fret. And then maybe every other time we go F, C, G, stay on the G, okay? So if we go F, C, G, C, maybe the next time we go F, C, G, G. Again, that's optional. You know, you can do the same chord pattern the whole time, but if you want to stay true to the original, try to alternate back and forth. The nice thing about alternating is we end up on this G for 2 bars. And then maybe your pointer finger is free to grab that 1st fret on the B string. Again, a C relative to the capo. So that would make a G. What's a G with a C in it, you ask? G, A, B, C. We're adding the 4th note past the octave. So that would be like an 11, a G, add 11. Okay? So all together we'd have F, C, G, C, F, C, G, then F, C, G, back to C. Okay? So, now the only other part is this cool little musical breakdown. Sounds like this. So we're going to do this descending run down, starting on that F chord, right? So again, our root note is the 3rd fret of the D string. What's descending about it is we're going to go right there, like I'm hitting the D, then a down and up on the rest of that chord. Then I'm going to transfer my middle finger to the D string, and then do the same thing, down and up. You can see this as A minor 7 if you want. But then we're going to go in a regular A minor triad chord, just straight up A minor, where I'm hitting that open A string first. And then again, so you're gonna pick, down, up. So pick, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, down, up, like that to a D major chord. You can get like a low D F sharp chord where your thumb kind of hangs out on that F sharp. That's totally optional. Not a big fan of the thumb move myself, but it does sound. Because we are going to a G chord, so it kind of thickens that part up a little bit. Again, I think you're fine just playing a regular D major like that. So pick, down, up, 2nd fret, down, up, open A, down, up, D, G. And then for that G chord, you just do a regular root chord, down, up, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and F, 2, 3, and 4, and A minor, G, G. Okay, so we have this descending run where it's like. Then F, A minor, G. And then we go back to. To the beginning, right? Now the thing about these hammer-ons, right? Anytime you're in a song that uses these chords, you can always use the hammer-on trick, essentially. But I think there's an art to not overusing it, right? That's why it's hard to do it exactly how it is in the original because there's multiple guitars going on. Sometimes it's hammering on, sometimes it's not. But again, use it sparingly, especially if you're singing yourself or you're singing with another singer, because you can kind of step on the notes of the song if you're always like. Then it all becomes kind of jumbled if you do that. So again, just listen to the song, and now that you know how to do these hammer-ons, you can kind of develop an ear for when it's happening. And usually in any song that is like this, you'll start to be like, oh, I know that trick. That's that F major with the hammer-on to a C, to a G. Right, and you'll start to pick out when that's actually happening in real time, which again, that just means you're becoming an awesome player because you've been watching the Guitar Control channel. So definitely thank you for checking out. Make sure you click the link below to get the chords with it. Remember, capo on the 5th, so all the chords are relative to the capo when I say F, C, G, C. But yeah, we're always looking for your feedback too. So if you have any songs by Tom Petty or other artists that you want us to teach, let us know in the comments and we will try to satisfy those requests. And then in the meantime, click on other videos on the Guitar Control channel by myself and other great instructors, and we will talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot.